Hi everybody, it's Carolyn and welcome back. Sorry I've been away, but I was on vacation, so, took a little break there. The weather made us come home a little bit early because got down there and there was like, all of a sudden there's like 3 storms out at sea, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So one went one way, and that was fine. Another one went another way, that was fine. And then it was Hermine, I think was the name of it. Anyway, that was actually going to give a lot of rain to the coast. And so instead of driving home in that or staying and being so much flooding, we just decided to come home a little early. So that was disappointing, but because the weather wasn't great that week. We had quite a bit of rain and not a lot of we didn't have, but I think there was one day of just a full sunshine day, so anyway. But it was a great time, and I get to spend time with my friends and make wonderful memories, so that's the most important part. Today I thought I would do a Friday Flips and Flops because there were some things I took with me that are just always kind of favorites. I thought about doing that ride or die tag, and I may still do that. But these were some of the things that just, there was one flop for me and the rest flips. So we'll go through that. I haven't been, I do use this as far as, I'll pick this up a lot of times, is the VisArt, the 01 Neutral Mattes. And I'll pick this up a lot of times just for the black and the brown, because, as I've said before, I'll use those as liners, to line my top line because my eyes are so crepey and just, I just think the shadow looks better, So, and that seems to stay okay for me. So, anyway, like today I have this on, and that's it, And this is a great palette, and, I do tend to reach for this quite a bit, but I reach for it a lot of times for these two. And I've gotten into just wanting to do, especially this summer, a lot of very neutral looks. I think that's why I just fell head over heels in love with that Lorac 3, because it was just a neutral look, or I could, jazz it up a little bit more. So that's it. That's a palette, the palette I took with me to the beach. So, but, I've been wearing this a lot lately, so I wanted to mention that's very much a favorite. Also, a couple of blushes, and, I bought 3 of them, and I only have 2 of them right here, and all 3 of them have been just ones I reach for. Also, my Clinique Nude, it's one of my favorites. I reach for that all the time. I'll put it on top, I'll wear it alone, But I bought these 3, I bought 3 Lorac shadows on, gosh, when you're away for a while, you just lose all train of thought. Lorac blushes on Hootlook, and it was like 3 for, $25, $30 maybe, I don't know. It was a great deal, so I got those, and I have been wearing this Velvet Rope and Exposed a lot, so those went with me as well. This stuff, I'm using it today, the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day. In fact, I've got to get some more. I love it. I'll always be thankful for Melissa for mentioning it, because I've never had a dry shampoo that worked for me, and this one certainly does. So I really like that. I talked about this when I got it, and it's the Supergoop Defense Refresh Setting Mist with Rosemary, a broad spectrum sunscreen SPF 50. I really like this too. I took this with me to the beach. I put this on, I've been wearing the heck out of it. The one thing is you really need to, it's got a little ball that you can hear it, you really need to shake it up. I've heard some people say that they get some little white, specks or something. I haven't experienced that at all with it, but I do shake it up very well. And this stuff, it feels good, it smells good, it's refreshing as well. And then having the SPF 50 in it, you know, I could just put some of this on. I took it down with me to the pool, you know, and I could just spray some more of this on if I needed to, which made it very convenient. So I love that stuff. All right. I bought this primer. I wanted to try this one. I had heard, actually I heard Lisa talk about it, and so she said it was more like, almost like a cream versus, you know, all the silicone and that kind of thing in it. And it's the Too Faced Hangover RX. So, I'm really enjoying this too. I bought the smaller one just to see. I think that I paid $15 for this one, which will last a good long time. And so, it is more of a, which I'll show you a little bit on the back of my hand. It is more of a lotion-y type consistency. And then when you rub it in, it just kind of soaks in. It just, you know, it doesn't make your face. I have oily skin, so this doesn't make my skin oily. I mean, it just gives it some moisture though, and I do have a few dry spots, so I've been enjoying that. I posted a picture on Instagram. I did the 28-day challenge with Lovely Skin had contacted me, and they were doing a thing with Meg 21. And so they sent me 4 products. And these in particular I wanted to mention. Now the eye cream, it's Bright and Firm Eye Treatment. This I thought was fine. I didn't see a tremendous amount of difference with this. You know, I used the Bobbi Brown one that I really like, that I feel like, I mean, it's thick, it gives a lot of moisture. So I like this. It felt nice. It didn't, you know, burn or anything around my eyes. I even put it on my eyelids. I know sometimes you shouldn't do that, but I did. And so I like that all the containers, well, I'll start to pull it off. All the containers have a, just, you know, you just screw it. And I like that, so you don't have all the lids to mess with. So, my favorite two, though, was, and this one in particular, this was my favorite out of all, is the Meg 21 with Supple Cell Therapy Antioxidant Boost. And let's see what it says about it. Combines a power of supplement with Indian gooseberry and grape seed to provide the ultimate skin cell therapy to fight skin stress resulting from free radicals, stress. This added with the oxidant boost with lightweight treatment not only reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, but also reduces irritation to give your complexion a more youthful glow. Now right now, I didn't take this with me to the beach because I didn't want to carry all this stuff. So I went a week without using it. And by the time I got back, my face had broken out. The whole time that I used this, my face did not break out, not one time. And so this again is one of those twists. And it's a lot in there because I've used it now for, you know, well over a month. And, you know, I still have like this much more. So again, it has that pop-up thing. So I use this at night, and I also use it before my makeup. I use all 3 of them. This, the other one, it's a Smooth Radiance Advanced Formula. Let's see what it says. Let's see. To reduce the appearance of signs of aging, which lead to development of Meg 21 with supplement. So this one is a big container like this. It just pops off, and then you can just, so you don't have to stick your fingers in, which I appreciate. You just push it down, and the little, you know, lotion comes out. And so I use this a little on my face, on my neck. I've really enjoyed these products a lot, and so yeah, I think that's made a big difference. Okay, another thing that I ordered before I left for vacation, but I didn't get it before. Susan W., I love you. She talked about the It superhero, and oh my gosh, if you haven't seen her showing this in action, I'll link her channel below. Please go and check it out, because I couldn't believe how her eyelashes, they were almost touching her eyebrows. They were so long, and this was that without anything. I mean, she just used this. And so I thought, well, I love my CoverGirl, I think it's Lash Sensation. I think that's the name of it. Anyway, I love that one. And so I thought, well, I'm going to give this a try. Well, I wanted to order it from QVC because you can get 2 for $26 if you order it that way, versus if you go into Ulta, you'd pay about that much for one. So I did. I ordered 2 of them. And I do have it on today. I didn't put it on mini coats or anything like that, but I do have it on today. Wow. It does. It really does. I think, for me, I think right now it's kind of wet, and I think once it dries up a little bit, I'll like it even more. Because if I put too much on, I mean, you know, if I do several layers of it, then my eyelashes feel a bit heavy. I've noticed that with one other thing, and that was that L'Oreal Telescopic. That makes my eyelashes feel so thick and heavy. They just feel heavy. I don't know. It's weird, I know. But I do like this, and I was just shocked when I put it on, and it was, you know, a whole lot. I think the CoverGirl, let me get it, because I want to make sure I'm telling you the right one. And I bought several of these. Oh, it's the Supersizer. I said Lash Sensation. It's the CoverGirl Supersizer. For a drugstore option, I love this stuff. I love it. So, yeah, I'm liking this though. And like I said, I think I'll like it more when it dries up a little bit. Right now it's a little wet. Okay, for a flop. Well, they came out with the Urban Decay All Nighter Liquid Foundation. So I went into Ulta and wanted to try it, and so I had watched some videos on it and knew that it did oxidize, but you know, I was listening to them and I should have listened to myself. So when I left, I left with the shade 7.0. This is way, I mean, it's beautiful packaging though, isn't it? It is matte. It certainly is matte. I can't say that. But, you know, if you just see that little drop there, you know, it looks like fine, you know. And I'll blend it out. It's very thick. You don't need a lot. And see, it's just too, I mean, well, I have a lot of tan right now, so, but it's too dark. I mean, it's just way too dark. And then it really gave me more of a makeup look that, you know, that wasn't bad or whatever. I mean, you know, it really could make it kind of, I don't want to say flawless, because I didn't see it as being like a flawless makeup look. I mean, you could tell definitely you had makeup on. If you don't mind that look, you know, and also it stays matte. With my oily skin, it didn't break through. But the colors, you know, I was having a really hard time with colors. You know, originally I wanted to go with the 5, I think it was 5.0. I think that one probably would have been better, you know, to try. But I think, you know, at my age, I really don't want to have such a heavy makeup. I don't know. You know, I've thought about taking it back and exchanging it and getting a lighter color and see if I could, you know, if I liked it better or not. But, you know, I always fall back to my Estee Lauder Double Wear and my Chanel Velvet. Those are just 2 of my all-time favorites. So, and I love some Clinique makeup as well. Some of their foundations I really like. So, I am going to return it now. You know, I just think it's too much for me. To, you know, because I want something I can wear every day. I don't want to have, because I don't go out. I don't do a whole lot, you know, so I don't really need a real made up kind of look or whatever. It's just not my kind of lifestyle. So, anyway, I got a couple of craft things I'm going to share with you real quick. I joined the May Made It. I'll link it below. She has a stamp club, and so once a month, you know, you get these stamps. And this is my first one. And this one is all about, you know, autumn and also with holidays. It's Autumn Blessing, Happy Holidays. Holidays lead you down memory lane. Pumpkin spice makes everything nice. Sending loads of warm wishes. Gather a harvest of love. And it has this, I loved it, that it had this old pickup truck. I love old pickup trucks. My dad used to have one. And then it has the trees, and also you can put the little white on the trees with this little teeny stamp, and this, you know, it has wreaths and pumpkins, and so I really like this. And I haven't tried it yet. I just got it yesterday. I also wanted to make another recipe book with I'd seen this collection, and it was another Echo Park. So I wanted to try it. It was very bright, and I guess I was thinking more, you know, I liked it because I saw these bright colors and thinking of, you know, fall and that kind of thing. So I did this one. This one is also made by the tutorial that May Made It, where she did, and I can link that below as well. I've shown you these before where I did make hers. And this one, I really wanted some orange behind it, so I did back it with a orange piece of paper and then put the printed paper and then put the homegrown on it. And these I did put Mod Podge on very lightly on top, so you could, you know, kind of wipe it off. I did that on the back as well. So these are just, you know, pretty much the same. There's that old pickup truck I was talking about. I love that old pickup trucks. You know, like the little chickens. So it was just, I don't know. I love these books. I love them so much. And I just think they're great. And I had bought these recipe cards. I think there were 7 gypsies, and I found them on sale at Hobby Lobby. So I just made some copies of them and then used them in here. So, you know, I made that. I've gotten all the, I ordered it before I went on vacation, and I have gotten the Heaven Sent. I just found out that my nephew and his wife are getting ready to, well, they just found out they're pregnant. So I wanted to make them a baby album. I actually got enough to do 2 because I wouldn't mind doing a boy and a girl. I don't know what they're having yet, so but I did order those, and I did order some of their flowers and some of their little enamel pieces to go on that as well. I want to give you an update on my nephew, Shane. He finished all of his chemotherapy and radiation, and he did really well. They were worried that he would have to go in the hospital towards the end of it because it would become too difficult for him to swallow. But he's just amazing. He did have a little difficulty swallowing, but before, when he found out all these things, you know, the doctor sat down with all of them, you know, he had told him, or she, the surgeon, had told him that that might become a problem. So he's really started pushing water and water and water. And so, you know, I don't know if that helped at all, you know, I'm not sure. He also, when he would get home from work, he would walk 2 miles every day. I mean, you know, I think about myself being put in that situation of having something so horrible to have to go through, and I just don't think, I would hope that I would have as much strength and all as he does, and that he has shown all along. But he said, you know, you're faced with things and you do what you have to do. What a great way, you know, to look at things. And it's true. But, you know, sometimes we get down on ourselves. I know I do. But he is, his birthday is on the 13th. And then the next following Tuesday, the 20th, he will have his surgery. He will be in the hospital for 10 to 14 days. And so they thought they would have to go in at the front and the back, but now they've decided they would just have to go into the front. But he will not have even so much as a sip of water or anything like that for the first 3 days. He will go home with a feeding tube. They're removing part of his esophagus and then pulling it all up. To me, it almost reminds you of having you know, a stomach type surgery in a way, because, you know, your stomach's going to get smaller and they're pulling everything up, you know. So his diaphragm will be removed as well. So he'll have to learn to start sleeping in a more upright, you know, inclined position. So thank you all so much for your prayers for him, and I ask that you continue them. I just know he's going to do well. But they said, you know, after surgery it would probably be a year before he can actually just sit down and have a meal and, you know, and not bother him. But I just want, you know, I just know he's going to be fine. It's just having to go through so much. And I think about all these people that have to go through so many struggles in their life, and how really lucky I am that I may have some struggles, but they're not near what so many of you and others have to go through on a daily basis. So just be thankful for every day. And always remember to tell people that you love them, you know. I mean, it seems like a small thing, but, you know, we're never guaranteed. So, wow. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and thank you to all my new subscribers, and for those that are sticking with me, that going through some makeup and crafting, you know, all together, because I do love them both. So I will continue to do it that way, unless, you know, you tell me that you don't enjoy it. So anyway, take care, my friends, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.